Hello, beer supers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hobbits. Today, looking at a beer that I'm pretty damn excited about trying. This is a collab between Firestone Walker and Omnipollo, and this is Mellow Mind Control. So I actually got this bottle from Henok, from Omnipollo, who sent me this. So thank you to Henok for the beer. And it's really cool. I've been a big fan of Firestone Walker for most of my beer journey. I used to trade for Firestone Walker. I drank a lot of it when I studied in the States, and it was one of those formative breweries for me getting into like the really well-made American beers, especially like West Coast IPAs and barrel-aged beers, because Parabola and Zucapa are, the goats of barrel-aged beers. They might be, a little bit different than a lot of the modern beers. I haven't revisited them in a while, but I did actually try Double Barrel Parabola, which was fucking awesome. It's a while back. My dad had a bottle he got as a present from a friend, and it was pretty dope, but I never shot a review of that. But this is Mellow Mind Control. And what's really crazy about this is that this is where Firestone really goes nuts and goes all in on going nuts, which is so cool. Because Omnipollo is all about not holding back and just like full force and go nuts and do crazy things and just be really creative and just not be held back. And there is a really cool episode on Craft Beer and Brewing where Omnipollo, Firestone Walker, and Falguba talk about barrel-aged beer, and they talk about this collab where they're talking, and Matt from Firestone was like, they're like when they talked about how high gravity they would go, he was like, geez, it's like holy crap, very surprised how big these beers would be. So the original gravity on this is 40 Play-Doh. That's a fucking thick beer. The highest I've gone is close to 38, or was it 38 straight? So, but usually some of these modern, heavy, crazy beers, they are in that range. They're around that, which is insanely rich. And if we just compare to like a Pilsner, that's usually between like 11.5 and 12 Play-Doh. So you kind of know a bit of the reference there. Then it finished at 20.5. This is going to be thick. Really, really rich. So this is fairly small batch release. It's 13.5%, and it's double barrel aged with vanilla beans, coconut, and natural graham cracker flavor. And the barrels are Elijah Craig 12-year barrels and Henry McKenna 10-year barrels. And they talk about, in that episode as well, about sourcing good extracts. Because some things are hard to use in brewing, and sometimes you can work well with an extract, but finding a good extract and balancing it is something Omnipollo has been working on a lot. So sometimes with flavorings, a lot of people are really naysayers of flavoring these days, and really only wanting the real deal. But sometimes you can definitely do some stuff that's good with flavoring. I mean, one of the biggest examples of a stout with flavorings that's just doing really well still is Noah from Omnipollo. That's like a flagship for them. Pastry stouts can be good with flavorings done right, but they can also be terrible with flavorings when they're not done right. And it's often due to the flavoring, the amounts, I guess, as well, and then the base beer as well. But I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun. Thanks a ton for the bottle, Henok. This is from his personal stash. So thanks, man. Let's check it out. So pour is a pitch black, rich looking liquid in the glass. There is some specks there, which is probably the coconut. This looks much thicker than what I think of when I think Firestone Walker beers. This looks very extreme. No head. The head that was there fizzed away really quickly. You can see oils in the glass. And then it was Madagascar vanilla beans. And didn't say toasted or raw coconut. I think it was toasted. Toasted coconut. So, looks great. Let's check out the aroma on Mellow Mind Control. Do you know what's really interesting to me? Like, when I first smell this also really smells like a Firestone Walker beer. There's definitely coconut and vanilla. I don't know about the graham cracker, really. There's something milky about it, and caramelly. Actually, no. There's actually also something that reminds me a little bit of Yellow Belly from Omnipollo. But my first whiff was like a bourbon barrel-y dark fruity thing, which kind of reminded me of Parabola for some reason, which is weird because those beers also had like some dark fruit and whatnot. I'm definitely getting like buttery notes now too, like butterscotchy. I guess that's the graham cracker extract. There's something in there, like there's almost like buttered popcorn or something like that. caramelized buttered popcorn. I don't know why. That's just my mind now. And then coconut, loads of vanilla. And actually, the adjuncts really shine. First, there was a lot of barrel, and now they kind of fade a bit. There's some of that dark fruit, and I think that's also like a little bit of a dark fruit Madagascar vanilla potty thing. Sometimes with real vanilla beans, you do get, especially with I guess it's the beans and not just the seeds. You do sometimes get something that's like a little bit dark fruity. Oh, maybe not leathery, but definitely dark fruity and fruity, tobacco-y maybe even. And I definitely think that's like the pods, but it also just the type of vanilla, like the difference in vanilla flavor is vast. And Madagascar is what people are usually known or know. It's what's most famous, like bourbon Madagascar vanilla beans. Those are really famous. And that's like the flavor that all vanilla extracts pretty much try to emulate. It smells good though. There's some like a saltiness about it too. The more I smell it, the more the barrel seems in the back. But did it say how long they aged this in barrels? No, it just says barrel aged. I wonder. Because it's not like screaming as much. But I think it's the the adjuncts. It smells good. Let's try it. Cheers. Thanks a ton to Henok for the beer. Who would have thunk Firestone doing something as crazy as this? That's really rich. That's the most pastry beer I've ever had from Firestone Walker. This is real proper pastry stout. Loads of coconut, loads of vanilla, big sweetness, big fudginess. And on the back there, I think it tastes more like graham cracker on the flavor where the aroma is all kinds of weird things. Maybe a bit of that kind of slightly butterscotch note. There's also some chocolatey vibes. Like this is definitely built as a canvas for adjuncts. There's next to no roasty malt. There's like a toastiness on the back and like some coconutty chocolatey vibes. But this is big, sweet, intense pastry beer. And the barrel is not like really that forward, which is interesting. There's something there, but I think blind, I might have had a hard time saying like, oh yeah, this is barrel aged in these barrels. But this is so funny. This is never a beer I thought I'd be drinking from Firestone Walker at all. I think the biggest comparison to this is like almost like a really, really modernized version of something like, and more rich version of something like Omnipollo's Yellow Belly, but with coconut and vanilla as the center stage instead of like that peanut flavor. Because there's that biscuity thing about that as well, which I also get in here. So maybe they could be using a similar extract. Who knows? Or maybe it's just the extract that's providing those flavors. But I wish it had more barrel. I wonder how long this was aged in barrels. That's the really difficult thing. Because like when you do adjuncts on a barrel aged beer, you take it out of the barrels, you're like, fuck, this is great. Then you add your adjuncts. And then like depending on how much you add, you start to overshadow the barrel. It's so hard. Like some of the really barrel forward pastry stouts. I'm guessing they've been in like barrels for a really long time for the barrel still to shine with the adjuncts. But I still most of the time prefer these days barrel aged beers just with the barrels. Although sometimes you do get magic with the adjuncts. This is definitely the most crazy beer I've had from Firestone Walker. What's insane though, like 20 Plato. It's not like as thick as some modern stouts. And I don't know what that is. Like it doesn't feel as heavy. Maybe it could be the carbonation. There's definitely more carbonation than this in a lot of modern barrel-aged pastry stouts. But it's definitely rich. You can feel it's totally coating. So much coconut and vanilla. Like vanilla frosting type notes to it. And really toasty. There's a light dark fruity vibe as well. Almost like a nutty note. It's pretty damn good. It is a nice collab. I just wish it had a bit more barrel flavor. I think it's really nice. I just wish for more barrel. What's crazy is like, although it's really sweet and rich, it doesn't feel too sweet. There's something in there that offsets it. It's sweet, but I don't know if it's the CO2 or acidity or not. I'm not sure. It just doesn't feel like cloying. And it's like fucking 20 Play-Doh. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Like I've had different like pastry stouts from hype breweries and whatnot that feels more cloying than this. But it's nice. It's like early 90s, 92, 93 or something like that. Probably 93. I think it's really nice. But I like, if this just had more barrel, it would be maybe even closer to the like world class range. That's the only thing where I feel like it would be amazing if it just had a bit more barrel. So yeah, nice stuff. If you guys had a chance to try it, Mellow Mind Control by Firestone and Omnipollo, let me know what you thought of it. Thanks a ton to Henok for the beer, and thanks a ton for sharing this, man. It's fun to try because I haven't seen this one around. But who knows, maybe this will get a little bit of a Euro distribution. That'd be cool. Because they do sell Firestone around Europe. So keep your eyes peeled. I was actually I had a bit of a nostalgia kick because I saw there was a huge release of their stuff on Beer Republic. I was like, I have enough beer, let's just not do it. And they still have them, but like some of them are not super fresh. But they had like Pivo Pills, and there was Union Jack, Double DBA. There were so many beers that would be fun to revisit. But I didn't do it this time around. But nice stuff. Check it out if you can. Mellow Mind Control. And if you guys had it, let me know what you thought of it. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page, Twitter, and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers. See you guys in the beer review.